Hey everyone, this is Tyler with Lowbrow Customs. It is Friday, I think it's September 18th, 2020, and I'm in my home garage at the moment, at home, working on my race bike, getting ready for Bonneville World Finals. We leave next Saturday. I thought I would share a bit of what I'm doing on my race bike. This is a 1950 Triumph 650cc iron head engine, slightly stroked and bored out. Getting ready, as I said, for Bonneville World Finals next week. I thought I'd share some details about the bike, what I'm working on, and if everyone out there, if there seems to be interest, I'll do some more updates and be sure to do some live updates while racing. So I'll talk about this bike a little bit. It's hard to tell from this view probably, but this thing is just above my knee, and I'm 6'5", so I'm a very tall person, but this is a very small motorcycle, and it's built for strength and durability as well as speed and stability. And I'm in the process of rebuilding the entire thing right now because I crashed it last year on the first run, unfortunately. Bonneville had been almost rained out. We waited for maybe, I think, 3 or 4 days. When we finally got to run, there was only one course and the conditions were really bad. And I went into a tank slapper at 120 some miles an hour and crashed and totally screwed this bike up. So ended up taking it apart. My buddy Tim at Fiorucci Fabrications unbent the back of the frame for me, got it nickel plated, replaced the wheels, fixed the fork tubes, replaced every nut and bolt, basically rebuilt everything on this bike. So it's got a 32 millimeter Ceriani front end. The frame has got a piece from right here down is a piece of a stock rigid factory Triumph frame, and the rest of the frame designed and built along with my friend Tim 2 years ago. And basically every single thing on this bike is custom. There's nothing stock that's not modified, meaning there's stock crankcases, stock cylinder barrels, and head. Stock meaning OEM, but all of it's modified. This engine is producing more than double the horsepower of a stock bike on gas. Looking here at some different features, you can see there's not much of a seat. This is it. It's basically just a little platform. You're not on that long while riding, so it's not about comfort. It's about speed and simplicity. I built this bike to come apart easily, make it easy to work on, easy to maintain. You can see the foot controls here at the far rear. I just made the new shift linkage yesterday. That's the only foot control. Up at actually you can see the new disc brake rear setup, which is pretty slick. A little custom tech out of Italy, a little tiny 2-piston caliper. A custom tech cable operated master cylinder tucked away back here, and the cable stop. The cable's not on it currently. Actually, I'll have the levers on it Monday. This is a rapid prototype. It's a 3D printed lever which is designed to clear this quarter turn throttle, and then it's just a 2-finger design. So that was new. So I have a little 3D printer at Lowbrow Customs, and I printed that off to test the theory before my friend Jeremy Cupp at LC Fabrications machined me a set of the actual final levers. And this is a Magura throttle, excellent quality, really nice. Because of the quarter turn, it's got a larger base here to the throttle tube, hence the need to have this perch extend a little more. Going over the bike a little bit more, you can see oil tank. This is all rubber mounted. It's small, I'm not running it that far or that long. Can change the oil frequently if need be. You can see the mounts. You can see how it's solid mounted to the tank, but then that orange color is a silicone grommet, a mil-spec grommet. That means it's rubber mounted to the frame there and at the front mount as well. That keeps it from cracking from vibration or anything else, and keeps the oil tank really tidy and out of the way. The backbone on this frame, or on this motorcycle, is the gas tank. You can see the filler cap up here, and as you come back, there's a nice Pingle petcock with a 22 millimeter outlet, flows lots of fuel. Carburetors are not currently on the bike. It's one of the next things I've got to do. All the fabrication's done, and I'm really just starting to wrap things up. Plumbed the oil lines earlier. Something people may find interesting, it's currently just taped up so it doesn't get any dirt in there, a really nice large breather fitting on the timing chest. So as the pistons come down, they displace a lot of air, and the idea there is to try and minimize the pressure inside the crankcase, which is restriction. And again, this bike is built for top speed, and you don't want anything slowing those pistons down. You want them moving as fast as possible, creating RPM, putting it to the rear wheel. Got a Morris magneto ignition. The wiring on the bike is extremely simple. Essentially, just for safety reasons, there's 2 switches. This is just on-off toggle, and then a dead man switch, which you have clipped to your leathers. So if you come off the bike, it kills the engine. Got a really nice Skidoo tack tucked in. Real tidy there, out of the wind, so there's not drag yet. We can see, or I can see exactly where I need to shift. Make sure I'm not shifting too early or too late and over revving it. Little 17-inch front wheel, same as the rear. All this stuff is custom and built or adapted from other things. It's a nice little 17-inch mag, and I'm running slicks front and rear. Super lightweight, low profile, does the job. I'm real excited about the nickel plating on the frame. Before it was raw steel, and I had just clear coated it with rattle can clear coat hanging from a tree in my yard. And as you can imagine, racing at the Bonneville salt flats, it just gets crusty and basically salt blasted. It just strips anything off of it. But the nickel, I think, looks beautiful. And as it tarnishes, I think the bike will just look better and better. It's almost ready to run. I got to get the carburetors on there. I've got to do some safety wiring, cotter pin the axles, run the fuel line, bleed the brakes. I think that's about it. I'm really getting down to the final details. The plan is to dyno test it this coming Monday or Tuesday, and then leave Saturday and get to Bonneville on Monday, and hopefully Tuesday I'll set a record on this. As long as we have good conditions and I don't have any major mechanical issues. I hope you guys enjoyed the basic overview of this bike. It doesn't have a name. I just call it my single engine bike because I'm working on a dual engine 1950 Triumph for 2021 that is crazily almost the exact same size, 3-inch longer wheelbase. So it's going to be very powerful and very small, and should hopefully obliterate some of the current records out at the Bonneville Salt Flats. So stay tuned. I will, if people out there want to see it, leave me a comment below if you like this. If you want to hear more, if you want to see other certain details about this bike, I'll do it on the next video. And I'll make sure to do some live video from Bonneville, from the pits, show you all what it's like out there, how the bike's doing, if I come across any issues or anything like that. So until then, like, comment, whatever. If you need any parts, check out lowbrowcustoms.com. Appreciate it very much, and see you all later.